Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen. We are your co-hosts.
I know we're
Sana
giving
and Amna, ARY news segment.
Raat today.
Yeah, we are giving the last 10 days of Ramadan. We're giving Raat. That's the theme.
The theme is Raat. We have our chai.
I know. We love a good theme. We love a good theme.
Yeah.
So very excited. Before we start, have something to give you. I know.
I love a gift. I wish a man would do this for me.
Think of it like an Edie.
Okay.
I got you. Well, I should say I got us. What shirt?
Oh
that
my
says professional yapper.
Wait, I love this.
Imagine hard cut to us wearing this, but does. But yeah,
Wait,
I have one too.
So good.
Because we are professional yappers.
Yeah, we are. Always have been, always will be.
Always will be.
And now we can try to do something out of it. I love it so much. That is so cute.
This has been sitting in my house for like 2 weeks and I was going to combust. I was like, I have to show it to her.
Where did you find this?
A TikTok shop.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah.
A queen. Oh my God, I love. We have to wear them.
Yes, no, we will. Absolutely. That's our uniform from now on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to give you that. Because we've been on this little journey, our podcast. We've been doing this and it's been going good. We hit 1,000 followers last night, which was so exciting.
We have one TikTok going very viral every day. I'm like,
holding on to that one. I know. I told my brother about it because it's about him. I was like, guess what? And he was like, that's nice. That's funny. He's like, sounds like me. And I'm like, okay, good. Speaking of, so I was talking to my dad the other day and my dad was like, oh, because my dad watches YouTube every night. He watches this ARY specials every night. So he's watching YouTube one day and he was like, I was on YouTube and I saw this girl and she looked just like Sana. And I was like, oh, because I realized that my dad and I share a YouTube account. It's very diverse.
That's my worst fear.
It's very diverse. It's all of ARY lives, like the top deadliest snakes in the world, like Monet, us, and like how a girl got kidnapped and then set free.
That literally sounds like you.
It's me and my father combined. So he was like, I saw this girl. She looked just like Sana. And I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah. And so I clicked on it and it was you and Sana talking. And I was like, oh. And he's like, and I sat and I watched the whole thing.
No.
The whole thing my dad watched. So
wait, which episode?
So I asked, he tried to leave the conversation and then I circled back. I was like, wait, just bringing us back. What was I wearing? He was like, oh, you were wearing like an abaya. And I was like, thank God he watched the Ramadan special. Like, thank God. Yeah, thank God. And then he was like, I was like, oh, so you listened to the whole thing? And he said in Urdu, but he was like, yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Just like babbling on, just mostly girly stuff. And I was like, yep. That's what we do. That's what we're doing.
Don't ever listen again.
I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, yeah, you don't have to do that. It's an hour of just me and you talking. My dad sat and
That's crazy. I'm like terrified of what we said.
I know.
But at least it was a Ramzan one because my mom watches us.
She watches every episode.
She watches every episode and she's so, shout out to my mom, but she's so proud of like, yeah, I watch every episode. And I'm like, you really don't have to. And then I'm like, please stop listening to this. Stop supporting that much. And then we were at my mom's for iftar yesterday, me, Amna, our husbands, the kids, everybody. And we like said we were talking about how we swear on the podcast. And I was like, I was just waiting. My mom was like, she was ready to pop off about it because she has made comments before. She doesn't say anything to me about anything ever, honestly. And she was like, Sana, I just really feel like you don't need to be swearing that much. Like you swear so much. And then tell me why my sister like turned on us. Rabia was like, Rabia was like, you guys do swear a lot. Oh, no, it wasn't her. Sorry, it was Muzi. My husband turned on us. Of course he did. He stays plotting. He was like, you guys do swear a lot, unnecessarily a lot. I was like,
dang, we're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, we're keeping it rated PG.
Yeah, and my mom 13. Was like, yeah, what? Like, then she went like, she like smacked me. But, like her smack is like, she was like, yeah, you're the title of whatever was like, and why wouldn't we curse? And then Usman in the back was like, yeah, and Amna Baji even tried to stop one time and you kept encouraging her like, Amna, it's okay. And I was like, guys, everybody stop
That's the only feedback they've given
literally
us.
On top of like my brother being like, you keep acting like you don't even have a brother on this podcast. You just talk about mom and dad and Rabia and Hafsa and Maha and everybody but me. So just so everybody knows, I have a single, almost 25-year-old brother.
And I have he's my little cousin, Usman. He hates when I say little cousin. Yeah. He's like, of course you would say little. Yeah, my little cousin. Whom I proved wrong, by the way, about the pyramids. I would like to say, Usman, since you want to be talked about so badly, me and Mustafa and Usman were one time, like years ago, having a conversation about the pyramids. And I've gotten my master's in anthropology. Not that I'm like a genius and anthropologist, but
I have technically an anthropologist.
I mean, trade. Okay. So not my words, but my words. And one time we were just talking about the pyramids and we were saying something, like I didn't guess it 1,000% correct, but I had like 3 different theories. And one of my theories had said, actually all of them landed at like, there's got to be something underneath because it makes more sense to dig down.
Yep. I've heard you say this like 100 times.
Right. And we'll get deeper into my theories like one day further in. But I said something along those lines, and they literally were like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and just for like context, my brother Usman, our cousin Basid, and Amna's brother Mustafa, they're like the universe and the multiverse and the dimensions and time means and science. And we're like, dude, just what color nail polish should we wear? So like, they think that they're so much smarter about this.
Yeah. And then it came out and I was like, well, look at that, you guys.
Looks like the anthropologist was right.
Yeah. So I told you so, Usman. I told you so.
Okay. So not to yuck your yum, but I did see some people saying that like that whole thing came out a couple of years ago and it may or may not be true. But then I saw other people saying that it's like brand new information.
Either way, when I said it, they were like, wow, what even possessed your mind to think such things? Yeah. And I was like, I don't know, guys. I just feel like it could make sense. They were like, no, it's obviously the aliens, which I'm not even against. But I'm like, when I said that, they were like, no.
It's only because it came from you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And now, look at me now, guys.
Feminism.
Yeah.
Women in STEM.
Truly. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we were with
I forgot where we were.
It doesn't matter because you proved yourself right and that's all that matters.
That's all I needed to do. That's all I came on here to do. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'll backtrack too. So like we were trying to figure out if we should wear like Desi or not today. And I'm like, I'm not. I think the people like to see us as fobs. So we are back in this today.
But we also love a theme.
We do.
Like we love a theme. We respect themes. The theme is Raat, like we said. And we're in the vibes. Like we're fully feeling the last 10 days of Ramadan energy. So I'm into it. Speaking of last 10 days of Ramadan, I mean, as no correlation, but correlation. I have a story to tell you about Ramadan. And I was mad I didn't talk about it our last episode. Okay. Years ago, before I lived in Chicago and I was living at my parents' house, I was getting ready for an iftar and my phone rings and I'm like, okay, not a big deal. I answer the phone and they're like, hi, is this Jacob? And I was like, no, this is not Jacob. And then I hang up and I'm like, just getting ready for my iftar. And then I get another phone call and they're like, is this Jacob? And I was like, no, not Jacob. And I was like, wow, Jacob's in trouble. Like his family's trying to find him. And then I get a text message and it's like, hey, Jacob, where are you? Like, we're going to find you or something. And I was like, whoa. Jacob's in like serious trouble. And then from a span of like 2 minutes, it went from like 2-3 phone calls to I'm getting bombarded with phone calls, text messages, voice messages. And I can't even answer one call without another call starting up. And so then I start listening to the voice messages and the voice messages are like, first they're like, oh my God, Jacob, is this you, Jacob? And then it was like, oh my God, Jacob, I'm going to find you. I know where you live and I'm going to kill you. And I was like, oh, what? And then some of them were like, text messages were coming in and they were like, now that I have your number, Jacob, I know exactly where you live. And I'm like mid eyeliner, like handshaking. Like they think,
am I Jacob?
I was like, Jacob, whom? Jacob, like Twilight Jacob? Like where have you been, Loca Jacob? Like who's Jacob? And then some of the voice messages were like little girls. And they were crying. And they were like, Jacob, we love you so much. Jacob, we love you so much. And I was like, I know, I'm building to it. So then I was like, oh my God. And so then here's the storyline that I came up with immediately. I was like, okay, Jacob is an older man who is convinced some young girl to like fall in love. Like he's a predator. He's groomed this little girl and her family found out. They're obviously in the mob because they know they're going to find him. They're going to kill him, rightfully so. So this is it. This is the end for me. Like they think I'm Jacob. They're going to think that I'm hiding Jacob in my house. So I start crying and naturally I start crying. I take my phone to my mom and my brother. They take it to AT&T. I don't know why when I thought I was going to die and that there was like an actual mob coming for me, I stayed home because I needed to finish getting ready for iftar because it was like that serious.
Like I need to eat.
I was like, I need to eat and I need to finish my eyeliner. So you guys go ahead. But I had no phone. So now I'm just sitting at home like, I wonder if they're going to find me. So my brother and my mom, they come back and they change my number. And my brother just picks a random number and he calls and he's like, who is this? Where did you guys get this number from? They were like, this number was posted online. And my brother was like, where online? It was posted on Musical.ly. So this is like prehistoric TikTok.
Only doesn't even know what Musical.ly is, probably.
No, I think weren't they the ones to like, because I think the oldest person at the time that probably was on Musical.ly was like a 12-year-old.
Okay.
So I didn't have a Musical.ly though. So then we go make a Musical.ly. We find the post. It's my exact number saying this is Jacob's number. Again, who's Jacob? And we reach out to the girl and it's this like 12-year-old girl and she's being such a little brat. She is like, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I just made it up. She just made up a number off the top of her head and it was my phone number. And she was like, yeah, and I posted it. And then what? And so then I didn't know where she lived, but my brother and I basically were like, we know exactly where you live. We did a reverse situation. We were like, we know exactly where you live. And we're going to call the cops because lucky her that it was me who started crying. Because what if I was a pedophile and I just took advantage that little girls are crying to find out who Jacob is? And then I was like, who is Jacob? So I Googled it.
$1 million question.
The $1 million question. I'm going to butcher his last name for sure. His last name is like Jacob Stratatorius something.
Close enough.
He was at the time Millie Bobby Brown's boyfriend.
No way!
Some little 12-year-old posted on Musical.ly a random number and said, this is Jacob, whatever, Sartorius, whatever his last name is, who at the time was Millie Bobby Brown's boyfriend. And it happened to be my phone number.
How are that many people hitting up Millie Bobby Brown's
I know, when I'm telling you that it was like chaos, like I couldn't answer a call without another call. And then one time, like not long after that, Rihanna's number got leaked and I was like, I get it, Rihanna. That's really hard. Yeah. I know what it's like to have that level of fame and people call you. And since then, I have no idea who that girl is.
Did never it make found her. Feel like I think I could do without the fame?
Maybe.
Long pause.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Because I remember, I have no recollection of what my thoughts were on the way to iftar because I still went to the iftar. And I was like, guess what, you guys?
Yeah.
Had a little taste of fame today. Didn't love it. I cried. I cried and I thought the mob was after me. And they were like, Jacob, we're going to find you and kill you.
Dude, that's so random. Also, of all the numbers, this girl just chose some random combination.
And it was me. Number. And the photo of Jacob, I'm going to try to find a photo. It's this little teeny bopper boy with his hair like yay high and like pulled back and he's making Musical.lys. And I was like,
can you imagine what the phone number? One, the Soldier Boy phone number.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. I wish that's who I got.
Like, can you imagine how much that line popped off? Or
for
like,
sure.
If anybody ever leaked like Justin Bieber's phone number or something?
That's what I'm saying. Rihanna's number got leaked and I was like, that's crazy. But yeah. What?
Let's text her.
Rihanna's?
Yeah.
If I had Rihanna's number, I was sitting right here. Yeah, I'd be doing this. I'd be sitting with Rihanna. What are you talking about? Obviously, if I had figured out how to reach out to Jacob, I'd be hanging. I'd be like, Jacob, guess what?
Dude, that's crazy.
I know.
Okay, how old were you when this happened?
I was like in college for sure. I was a grown adult.
The way you were telling the story, I thought you were in middle school.
I know. I truly reverted into like middle school me and I started sobbing. I was like, what's happening? I'm going to die. They're going to find me, Mom.
Funny.
And she's like, shut up. Let me figure this out. And then I'm showing her who this little kid is, this little teeny bopper boy. And she's like, who is this? And I'm like, can't worry about it now, Mom. I got to go to iftar. And she was like, okay, just get away from me.
God.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of iftar, we were at my mom's yesterday for iftar. And again, all of us, the whole family, the whole mom side, nanke, as Amna says, we're all there together. And my mom and our nani are going to Pakistan together.
Oh my God.
And they're going for some 18th person's, sorry, we're so annoying.
Thank you so much. I got so caught up in that Jacob thing.
I'm like,
I know. I was like throwing this mic around. I was so mad.
But you're so flustered, yeah?
I know. I was brought back to that moment. Anyways, continue. Am I tooth? Thank you so much. Yeah, continue. I have my little.
You got this. So I was gonna say. So yeah. So we're at my mom's yesterday, and one like. I feel like I shouldn't. Yeah, let me think carefully about what I'm about to say for this. Our nani is like old. Okay, obviously. She's like an old, cute little lady. And she has a little cane. And we're like, you're going to be on this flight to Pakistan. Amna just went to Pakistan. Amna's like, my back hurts.
It was the worst flight ever.
like Thailand and Pakistan flights. And I'm like broken for days. She's going to Pakistan for a wedding. Yeah. And we're like, okay, Ammi. We call our nani Ammi. We're like, okay, Ammi, like, whose wedding are you going to? She starts telling us, her and my mom are trying to decipher to us who this relative is. You guys, every time we talk to our mom's side about the relatives that they're talking about in Pakistan, it's like the second Khala's third kid's twice removed daughter. And we're like, and all of it's in Urdu. So it's like, wo padosi ke nand ki bhai ki beti ki behan. And we're like,
and they're saying it to us like we're the idiots for not already understanding who they are.
They're like, whoa,
like, yeah, you know.
You know? Yeah. They called your name from the gully one time. You don't know?
You don't know? She asked about you all the time. I was at her mom's grandmother's somebody's wedding. When
they watched you guys on social media all the time.
Yeah, you don't know.
And we're like, no. So we're over there trying to like, Amna's putting in the work, you guys. She's like,
I could not tell you who's what the connection is.
She's like that picture of Julia Roberts where like the math is all happening. And she's like, oh, मामू की चाचा के चंदू के चाचा के चांदी चौक में.
That's actually, well, I just kept repeating what they were saying to me. I'm like,
And then I became one of the moms. I was like, yeah.
No, Sana has a camera to me and she was like, Kaun hai? Who is it? Say it again. And I'm like,
And then they're both tag teaming her. And she's like, guys.
They were like, Amna, you don't know?
Because basically they're going for a wedding, right? For like one of their, like, it doesn't even matter, okay? It's their, my mom's brother's adopted son's wedding to this girl who that girl is also, her brother is also getting married the same day. And her brother's marrying another mom's, sister's, brother's, cousin's, second removed somebody. Yeah. And so they're telling us about these weddings and we're like, okay. Can you just get us jewelry while you're there? Like, we're like, just get what we need while you're there.
We asked you what you guys are wearing.
No, literally.
We're asking what you guys are wearing, and we're also like fully scheming on how to not get our nani there. We're like, are you sure you want to go? Are you sure you want to go? Like, our moms fear nothing when it comes to going to Pakistan.
Nothing.
My mom had an oxygen machine, and she's sitting on the back of a motorcycle in Pakistan.
When she says oxygen machine,
like an oxygen tank with her. Yeah. And in America, she didn't even want to sit on It's a Small World After All boat ride. It's not even a ride. It's like a little boat tour of robots. And she was like, absolutely not. We had to force her. Then she loved it. But like, it was a big deal. And then everyone in Pakistan's like, yeah, your mom loves sitting on the back of motorcycles.
Yeah, and I'm like, back of the motorcycle, like this.
Yeah, like this, like side saddle, yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like tying my shirt together. I'm scared. I'm like holding on for dear life. Like, and they're like, yeah. And our nani, who is such a strong woman, God bless her. But she is like acting like going to Pakistan is like she's going around the corner. She's like, yeah, it's just, what are you talking about? It's like such a quick little flight there.
It's scary to drive her an hour.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
She's like walking and we're all like, nobody's touching her, but we're all like hovering our hands around her. We're like, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. And she's like, yeah, going to Pakistan. I'm going to be there for God knows how long. For so-and-so's wedding.
My mom too, she's like, you know, them going to Pakistan, them going to Pakistan. Our friends too, like our friends' moms, they're just like, send us there half the year. We're not coming back. My mom would do that shit all the time. She'd be like, peace. Like, I'm going to be there for as long as I need to be there. Like, what? She's going to be so mad at me.
She's going to be like, you guys just went on the podcast. And like, only talking about. That's your.
Yeah, she's important.
And she's so like, mad. I'm sorry. Especially me, I just came back from Pakistan. I had a great time,
But it's like a travel.
It's such an intense flight there. And then it's more than one flight there. And you're so tired. And it's just too much.
It's too much. But they're over there like, they're like, home.
Yeah, they're like breathing in the air. Like, this is the best. It's nothing but dust. My dad would make fun of us because we'd be like, we need fresh air. And we'd open the window and it's like, there's like a cow next to you and there's dust flying in the car. And that's the only fresh air you have at the point.
Speaking of my mom, so I went to Pakistan in 2020. I'm prepped for our next one. We're good.
Okay.
I went to Pakistan in 2020, but before that I went for like wedding shopping and stuff. And this is pre-COVID, but before that I hadn't been to Pakistan since I was like since I was like 9. And then one of the times that I went when I was like 5 or 6, the time that I told you guys the story last time when we were in Lahore and I tried to talk in Punjabi, blah, blah, blah. during that time, we had gone to like 2 weddings. And like, why is it that you remember your childhood Umrah or Pakistan trips like so distinctly? Like, I remember, me and my sister were talking about this too, where like, I remember like my Tweety backpack that I took to Umrah, all the books, like exactly what it felt like for like when I first saw the Kaaba and like the smell and like all the things. Like I remember it so clearly. But if I think back to Thailand like a year ago, I'm like, I don't know what happened for day 4. I don't know. And I'm like 6 and 8 when when I was going on these trips. But anyways, my mom was like, oh, remember this lady? We went to her wedding when we were in Pakistan when I was like 5. And I was like, oh, Pinky. Like dead ass, her name was actually. And she's like, no, not Pinky, the other one in the gown. And I'm like, oh yes, because I remember holding like the goats, and I have like pictures of me holding the goats in the gown. And but dead ass at the wedding that I went to at that time was Pinky's wedding. I was like, this is so. I wish I could have the camera from the pod on.
I know, and you were so fast with it too. You were
like,
so
oh,
quick.
Pinky color?
Yeah, like she's your best friend.
Well, buddy. She was like, no.
And the funny part is she's related to the
Like,
bride.
no, not her, the other one.
Yeah. And I'm still sitting there doing the math in my head. I'm like, how did we land here? How did we get to this person?
Dude, because in Urdu, obviously you guys know this, but like in Urdu, it's like your husband's like brothers' wives are I don't even remember what they're called. But your husband's sister is a nun. But then on your mom's side, it's this. And then everybody has a very particular role and name.
Yeah.
But we call them all nani and auntie.
Yeah.
But like when they're, so I was just like, this is so much to keep track of. But anyways, back to our real life outside of our moms. Our moms.
We did also. So the last episode, we were talking so much about how we would never go to a Sahur Fest. And
we were like, Sahur Fest? Not for us.
We're not so grown. My husband even called me out on it. He was like, Amna, you would. I was like, just please, I am not going to Sahur Fest.
It took one text from Sadi.
And it was that exact day.
Yeah.
We left the studio that night, or that morning, we got a text message.
Yeah.
And we were like, we'll
be there. Why not?
You guys there? I guess
where else do we have to be?
And we went.
We were so thirsty to go that we parked because, so the Sahur Fest in Chicago was at this like banquet called Shalimar, which also is where that Delhi Boys scene was filmed, which is so crazy. Also, some of it was filmed on Devon. It's so crazy seeing that. Like, but anyways, the parking lot, and this is like right after iftar, the parking lot was so packed that all of us were parking across the street, and the people coming in when it's like the Masjid gets that busy on Raat or like Eid or whatever, or when I'm like, people driving around are probably like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like, what king or queen is getting married that this is like, what is happening? And we're all literally there to like eat halal food.
But we didn't even eat. We walked in. We lasted, I think, 30 minutes at best.
And like lasted 30 minutes, like gripping for our lives.
Yeah, sweating.
Sweating.
It was so intense. We did one lap. I didn't eat anything.
The lap was an Olympic sport.
It really
we were like,
was.
ready, set, go.
Yep. And we stopped. We looked and touched everything, but we didn't actually do anything.
No,
and then just vibes. But then we stood outside and we were like, air. And then we went back in for like 5 more minutes, and then we left and we went and got boba. And we were like, we can't do this. We did it for 30 minutes and it was so overwhelming.
Guys, that show was not for the weak.
It really wasn't. I get it when you're young, when you're in like high school and college, especially, it's like such the thing to do. Which, you know what? On TikTok, people give so much hate to Sahur Fest. And they're like, that's not what Ramadan is about. We shouldn't be going. And I'm like,
who's saying that? Oh, that one imam.
I just feel like even in the comments, like last year, I remember I didn't go last year, and because it was cold and rainy and it was outdoors. So I didn't go last year. But even last year, there was a lot of drama on TikTok about Sahur Fest and like, oh, people are just going there to, check out other people and, like.
Listen, the funny thing is, we were sitting there and like Amna and I grew up in different states, but me and my friends that were there, me and Rimsha were over there like, guys, the younger siblings of ours, like her younger sisters and my sister and our cousin that's younger, we were like, guys, shouldn't you be like, I'm just gonna be so confessional and real right now.
Please.
Shouldn't you be like looking at the boys? Like, shouldn't you be like, oh, hey, he's cute. Is he gonna follow me? Is he not? Is he gonna text me? Is he not? Is he gonna DM? Like, whatever. Because I feel like, what else are you going there to do? I mean, I get it. You're there to like mingle and whatever, but like, I feel like we were talking about how, like, when we used to go to stuff like this, like the you know,
it would be like your college is hosting like an iftar night or something. Yeah.
Or like the shows that they would have. Like, I feel like the boys and girls would go because you would be like, oh.
And like, even if you're not going for that.
Okay, you better follow me. Like, I feel like that's what you were there for.
Or and that's just what was happening.
No, that's what you were there for. And okay, fine. Or that was just happening. For you, that was just happening. That's what I was there for. But like, then it's like, if that's not what you're going for, like, it's so boring.
But the thing is, I'm like, you guys are acting like this is not the same thing that's happening outside of the Masjid at Tarawih.
Never mind. We're on different pages.
We're in different locations.
Yeah, Tarawih, yeah.
No, but I'm saying anywhere. Yeah. Anywhere where there's a bunch of young people.
Mm-hmm. Boys and girls grouped together. What do you expect is going to happen? I'm confused.
What do you think is going to happen? Everyone who has the energy to do that is apparently mothers with children. Because I don't know, there were so many moms there with their kids and I don't know how they did that and they were there for so long. Or if you're like the ages of like 17 to like 20.
To single, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
20,
truly,
whatever.
Truly.
30, whatever. You're single.
But then I also feel like, I don't know, maybe because when we were in college, it was like, I don't know. Like you go as like a cluster, like you go as in like, and maybe there were clusters, but.
There were clusters. I feel like there were clusters, but I'm like, all of a sudden everybody's like in their deen. Nobody's looking up for eye contact. I'm just confused because I feel like, then what is the point of putting on the eyeliner? Like we're getting cute and ready. Like we're not looking for boys. We're married. We're happily just like, I want you to look for boys. But then I catch myself feeling like an auntie. I'm like, oh, I'm being that auntie. I'm like, guys,
with our shawls,
nudging.
We're like, go talk to them.
Yeah,
and they're like, stop embarrassing us.
They're so annoyed. They're like, guys, that's so like cringy. And I'm like, what else is a joy of youth if not this? What's the point?
And again, on TikTok, for people to be so pressed that there's even a Sahur Fest and that there's even a place for there to be like a festive anything. It's like, what do you think we're supposed to do then?
Yeah, because like that, like it's actually so nice. Like we were talking all this shit about it jokingly, obviously, but like we went to the Sahur Fest. We've been going to all like the new Yemeni chai places.
Oh my God, yeah, and they're so packed, and we keep saying we're not gonna go,
and we get there and we're like, we're not waiting in line, and then we're in line for an hour. We're at the Sahur Fest in the sweat. We're everywhere. We're everywhere that we're saying we're not going to be, and we're like, I've been here and there and here and there. I had saffron chai and I had adini chai and I had like all the chais, and even like talking about them getting mad about Sahur Fest. Even that like audio on TikTok right now where the imam is like, and all the boys and girls, and they're leaving after 8 rakat, and where are they? The Yemeni coffee. I'm like, yeah.
But no, they were saying though, which I do agree, that the boys are taking over the coffee shops.
That's weird.
As soon as I heard the audio, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. Where did you guys come from?
No, agreed. Because every time we've gone to a coffee shop too, it is just clusters of boys.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I saw a TikTok the other day and this girl was like, there should never be. She was so serious and she was like, I truly don't understand why there would ever be gatherings of 5 or more of men in the same place.
Out in the wild.
And I could not stop laughing because she's like, for what reason do more than 5 boys need to be together at a time? Like, what are they doing? Also, like the hookah bars are dead. Like, everything's dead. And they're all at the coffee shops. Like, leave the coffee for the girls.
Yeah, let us be there. That's like the vibes to bring.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what they're doing there.
You're going to be there. And also, they're taking up all the seats.
All the chairs.
They're taking up all the chairs. So if you're going to be there,
be mindful.
Be mindful and demure.
Yeah.
And
be a gentleman. Offer up your seat.
Mm-hmm.
Because
and then make conversation.
She's like, what are you doing there? And if where are your wives?
Nobody talks anymore.
Yeah. Nobody talks anymore. Because we were there and we have girlfriends that have kids and there's like all these people holding their kids on their hips. And then there's just tables filled with men. And you're like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Go to the masjid and like, I don't know, pray for us. Get out of here. Some of us want to sit and have a little yap session.
Some of us want to yap. And what are you going to yap about? Honestly, what are they yapping about?
Publicly.
Nothing. They don't talk about anything.
Yeah.
The girls are the ones bringing all the vibes. So
I don't know if you
talking about religion and the universe and what. Wait,
but my husband was so on your wavelength where when we went to the coffee shop, there was a group of guys sitting and we were with someone who is single and he was like, don't worry. I got you. And he went up to him. He did like, and I was like, what is, maybe he knows them. Maybe he's met them before. And he was
comes
like,
to life in these situations.
That's true. In these social settings.
I'm not waiting in line. And then we get there and he's like yapping it up with everybody. He's like me. I do the same thing.
Yeah, he's organizing the line. He's like, let's stand like this. And everyone stand like this. It's your turn next.
And then we're there, like our energy, we're like fueling throughout the whole time, saying hi to everyone, talking to everybody. And so he was like, I'm going to make this happen.
And you guys are plotting. You're like, why aren't you guys talking to any of the single people? What's going on? And then me and Muzi are like, what are you going to order?
Okay, so the real reason that Abdus and I keep doing this is because technically, Islamically, if you get 4 couples married, you have like a straight shot to heaven, apparently.
Guys,
right?
Sana's got a roster going.
I'm really banking on that because I'm halfway there. I have Amna and Abdus, got them hooked up. Our friends Sadia and Maz got them hooked up. So now I just need 2 more. So Abdus is trying to compete with me.
He really is.
And he's like, I need to get my 4 couples. And we have the singles around us. So we're like, all right, let's make moves. But none of the singles want to make moves. So we're just like stuck. And so now we're not going to heaven. They're not getting married. It's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah. But he was like, I'm going to go up and talk to this boy. And then he had to clarify that he wasn't asking for himself.
Yeah. Oh, that too. Because I was like, what if it looks like you're asking for you? Like and he was like, no, why would it look like I'm asking for me? And then he clarified that guy was married.
He just wasn't single. Oh, whatever that means.
Oh.
Anywho,
before we start calling out, and we're like, and then we saw this guy and he's wearing this shirt, and he said,
I'm just gonna be like, stay away from those.
They're scoping out the scene.
Okay, Chandrat. Speaking of Chandrat, we're so excited for Chandrat.
Obviously.
Yeah, okay, so we went to Devon this week and we like got our little Devon meal and the weather was nice. And I was listening to Adnan Sami on the way there and we had our shawls on. So I was like, Amna, Chandrat feels like shawl chai vibes. So that's the theme that we did for today. And in honor of Chandrat, okay, so like Chandrat plans. What we normally do, let's talk about our normal Chandrats.
Yeah, normally, ever since I moved to Chicago, the thing to do is always to go to Devon. I am sad because I feel like every time, I think maybe the first year, there was a lot of like the right kind of chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
But truly, it's dead. It's dead. It starts.
Even last year it wasn't dead.
It just starts so late. No, last year was kind of dead. I feel like every year it's getting less
better and
less exciting and thrilling.
Yeah.
And then you guys will tell me stories about like what it was like when, back in college.
Yeah, because we went to Chandrat to do that. We were in Chandrat was like looking at like, who's here? Oh, who's here?
No, and I remember one time going to Chandrat and it was like, the obnoxious guys bringing out their best cars and they're honking up the cars.
Which they're renting to bring out, which is crazy.
Which is so whatever, but it's adding to the vibes. There's like, everyone's got a flag. I don't know, it becomes like a box on Independence Day that day.
Literally.
Everyone's got a flag. There's fireworks going off.
There's a DJ at the clothing stores. There's every girl's getting their eyebrows done.
And Mindy done. And like everyone's splitting up. The guys are picking up the snacks. And it's like the right kind of fun.
Out.
Oh, out. Fully out.
Yeah.
But it was so much more fun. But I just feel like every year it's getting more and more like, meh, it's okay.
I feel like it's just that we're getting older. We're getting older, so we can't hang that late anymore.
Right, sure, because I feel like even when we went last year, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was not like giving what it feels like it used to give.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like in Dallas, we always do like a white elephant.
Oh, is that what you guys do?
We always do. It's kind of like a recent-ish thing, but we'll go to someone's house and we'll do a white elephant and it's so much fun and someone will do Mehndi. And then here, Chandrat plans were always like Devon or something.
This is like leading the crowd, yelling Free Palestine.
Oh, and leading up to that, it's like all the boys, all the husbands are like, we're not coming. Every single year, they're like, we're not coming, we're not coming, we're not coming.
Every year, the girls are like, and we find out it's going to be Eid at like 8 or 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. actually, usually. Last year, I think it was like pretty late.
Yeah.
And so then we're like doing the whole dance of like, is it, isn't it? Then we're like, okay, it is. Okay, are we going, are we not? We're also in Chicago, so it gets cold. So we're like, is it worth it? All the girls usually get on board and then we have to drag the husbands there. And then we drag the husbands there and they're like running the show.
Yeah, they come to life. They're so happy to see each other, like yapping it up, just and
we're getting chai, we're getting ban, we're walking around, we're doing the gupshup and hellos with all the other girls.
Yeah, everyone's got a chadar because it's cold. But now it's just not.
We're falling off.
We are getting older. Like, I can't do it. Just literally the other day after the Sahur Fest situation, he was like, I know you're going to end up in Devon. And actually, no, we're not going to go to Devon actually this year, because
this year I'm hosting Chandrat for like my close friends and some family. And it's going to be girly vibes, cute vibes. I'm 100% playing Adnan Sami, Himeshwar Shamya. Like, I'm doing the vibes. I'm taking it back, okay? We're going to do old school Desi vibes. I have a cute little short sleeve Desi outfit I'm going to wear because Shaitan's out. I'm going to make some food. I'm like nervous about the food.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, I'm making butter chicken. I'm making chaat. And then I'm going to have like pani puri cups. And then I'm doing the little Dubai chocolate cups. Because is it even Ramadan 2025 without some kind of Dubai pistachio chocolate something? So that I'm going to put all our little cousins to work. So that'll be great. So
I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited.
Amna's going to bring Kava House chai. We're going to like really do the vibes. We're going to have one of my friends do mehndi for everyone. So I'm so excited. It's truly just like the closest of us.
And it's very together. Like girly. At this point, we gave up on the men. We're like, don't come. That's a you problem. Like, we don't even, whatever.
It's the girls and their little girls. And I'm so excited.
It's going to be so much fun. I love Chandrat. And the anticipation and like, is it good? But okay. I was going to say the anticipation of like, is it not going to be Eid? Every year I get so angry and so annoyed, because you already know my stance on this. I don't like that we have Eid on different days from each other.
Yeah.
That really, really bothers me.
I agree. I was thinking about that on my way to you today, actually.
Every time it's Eid and we have to do that. Is it? In my mind, I've already decided, like, I'm like, no, but they've announced Eid. And here's my logic behind it, right? Because I understand that, like, back in the Prophet's time, you know, like, people say, like, you should look within your own community. But the only reason they said that, from my understanding, is because back in the Prophet's time, people would travel really far to find out what day he was going to do it. So he was like, guys, to make it easy on everybody, instead of you guys driving, instead of you guys taking such a long, instead of you guys trekking this whole journey to come here, just check outside. But now, just look up. But now we have technology. And now, like, Saudi will announce, like we know when Umrah ends. We know when Eid is there. So what's the confusion?
I know.
What are we doing? It drives me.
It's an every year thing.
It makes me so mad, because I'm like, okay, if the moon has been sighted, period.
Anywhere.
What's the question? Right. What's the issue? Because, and who's the committee? Because everyone's like, the committee hasn't seen it.
I know. It's like the academy.
It's like the academy. Who's the academy? Because I know every single uncle in there has a bad eyesight problem. What are you even using to look at it with?
It's cloudy sometimes.
It's cloudy.
It's late.
It's like midnight. We know it's tomorrow, but we're like, no, we have to wait. And I'm always so torn, because I grew up, like, my family growing up, we always follow Saudi. So it's like, yeah, we know what day Eid is.
And then not even every state, every like clique of each community follows a different
standard. And so when I moved to Chicago, the masjid closest to us, and the masjid that we follow, essentially, they look outside. Like, they don't announce until they themselves see the moon. And sometimes I'm like, am I supposed to go based off of what I believe and be like, no, guys, we're doing Eid tomorrow either way? But I can't, because to what namaz?
Yep.
Where am I going to go? And then I'm going to be a lone ranger. And then it feels like the vibes are a little off. So now I'm like, okay, it's so off.
I even had a year, I think this was last year actually, but even at work, guys, it's already hard enough at work to be like, hey, so religiously we follow the moon cycle. So based on the moon cycle, I'll let you know if I'm going to be off Monday or Tuesday, or Monday and Tuesday, or Tuesday. And it's like, it's so impractical and difficult. So now I just like, okay, I'm going to just take the days off, which I can. But a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
One. And then two, on my team, there's two of us that are Muslim, and we celebrated, it was one of the years where it was split. So like my Eid was like on Monday and her Eid was on Tuesday. So now I'm having to explain the logistics and the context around. So some of us do, like, some of us do it this day and some of us do it that day. And that's why like, I feel like it sounds like we're lying. Like, we're celebrating the same holiday, but her and I are both celebrating it on different days. And I'm like, this is getting ridiculous.
And we have the technology to know when it's been cited. So why not show a unified front and be a unified crew, a team, and do it together? It's way more festive. It's way more exciting. Because when I used to live in Dallas, there would be so many years where I would call you guys and be like, Eid Mubarak, and you guys would be like, no,
not today.
Not today. And it'd be like, sucks to be you guys. And now I'm like, I'm calling back home. My dad's like, oh, are you celebrating Eid tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Or like, do you remember the year, I think maybe this was last year too, where Rimsha, her husband's side is Palestinian and they did it one day, and then her side did it a different day. So now she's celebrating Eid on 2 days. She's also splitting Eid between 2 days.
I know.
It's messy.
It's messy. And it's like, why? Again, we have the technology. Like, why are we not utilizing the technology? Because I'm pretty sure that if this technology existed back then, it would be the same time. Also, again, the source that's telling us it's Eid, it's like the direct line. It's coming from Umrah, God, the Kaaba.
Who am I to deny?
Who am I to tell them no?
Nobody.
I'm not going to tell those who are at Umrah, like, are you guys, I mean,
my place.
That's nice that you guys saw the moon.
It must be a man.
Like,
it must be a man in the committee in Chicago being like, no.
But again, I need to see, I need someone to show me the behind the scenes.
They're not gonna.
Because who is actually sitting outside with is it a telescope? And if you are using a telescope, is that not the same thing? Like what?
I know.
What's the argument
We'll
here?
never, and the thing is, it's like just this arbitrary group. Like, I don't know if there probably are answers, but we're never gonna look for them.
Yeah. Not only that, but it just doesn't make, to me, common sense.
I know.
That we're gonna have Eid on different days because we have the technology to see it.
I'm gonna count how many times you said we have the technology.
We have the technology.
Like, we have it.
Yeah. It's also like, to me, why then, because it's the same people, why then when it's Sari or Sahur, however you want to call it, is it like, oh, the clock on the piece of paper the Masjid gave, it says at 6:59 is when you have to stop eating, and they'll be like, we're done at 6:58. So when it comes to stopping when you want to eat, we're so precise. And you want to use technology. But when it's, why not do we just stand outside then at iftar and wait to see, the sunrise or the sunset and then eat?
Because I'm on your side, you know that, right?
I know. I'm just getting really passionate. I've been like fighting this mic this whole episode.
You've been fighting this fight for a long time.
I have been. It really stresses me out because
it's bad.
I want to be like, no, this is what I believe in. I'm going to do it when Saudi does it. But then I'm like, so guys, like nobody, and it's like on our side.
At the end of the day, we're all annoyed of it, but we're going to follow whatever.
I'm going to do what the Masjid tells us to do.
And that's what's even more annoying. It's like, I have no power in the situation.
Yeah.
And the technology is there.
Period.
Okay, hold on. I should have said words. Okay, eat prep.
Oh, yeah. I just like got lost in my own little like sorrows. I was like, yeah. And
okay, well, also, are you hoping Eid is Sunday or Monday this year?
I'm hoping Eid is, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm off either way.
I'm off either way. I took Monday off just in case.
I feel bad because for Muzi's sake, because he has work on Sunday till like a certain time. So I hope for his sake that it's on Monday, but for my sake, I hope it's Sunday because this is so stupid. But because I want to have my Chandrat party on Saturday.
That's true.
It feels like Saturday night. And also Eid feels like a Sunday.
Yeah.
Eid feels like it's a Sunday. You have Chandrat on Saturday, Eid on Sunday. Like, it just sounds so like,
yeah. It's such a good little weekend, a little weekend event.
If it's Monday, it's like, okay.
We'll do it.
We gotta.
But then people have work.
Yeah, it's just a little messier. I mean, I took off either way. I took off because I
always
can't
take
do this
off
anymore where I'm like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. So now I'm like, but I feel, even for school and stuff, I'm like, when we were in school, it was so hard to be like, Eid could be one of, because basically until Ramadan starts, you think that Eid can be one of 4 days. So the whole week that Eid could be, you're like, it's a toss up. So the whole time it's like this confusing, the whole lore is just like confusing.
Yep.
But anyways, Eid prep. Okay, the first thing I wanted to say about Eid prep is up until 3 weeks ago, I didn't know what a Farsi shawar was.
What is it?
It's basically, okay, so apparently everybody is wearing a Farsi shawar for Eid this year, all the girly pops. that's what everybody's
Oh my God,
wearing.
I did not get this memo.
No, I know. We didn't get the memo. And then like
what even is it?
3 weeks. Yeah. So basically it looks like it's somewhere between like a traditional shalwar and like a patiala shalwar. It's kind of like in between that.
Okay.
So it's like poofy. And the bottom comes in a little bit, but not as much care as like a patiala. It's just kind of in between. We'll insert an image for like the little reels that we do, not for YouTube, too much work. But yeah, so everybody is wearing that this year. And I swear to God, by the time I even heard about it, I'm like, well, my Eid outfit's already done and I'm not wearing
I already have my Eid outfit.
We're both not wearing them this year.
No.
Now I feel like we're behind trend. We don't like to be behind trend.
Is this like a yearly thing? Is like every year, do we have a trend for Eid? Because I did not know that there was a thing.
This is the most I've seen a trend like really pop off for Eid to this degree. Because I feel like otherwise, you know, there are years where like everybody's doing the neutrals for a couple of years, or like, I don't know. I feel like there are vibes that are like, there was a year where it was a lot of florals, like, but never to the degree where it's like everybody, like you're in or you're out. You're wearing the Farsi shalwar or you're not.
I'm not wearing the Farsi. Mine's floral. When I think Eid, I do think pastels, floral,
I do too. Well,
airy.
Except I'm wearing black. Yeah, but usually I do too.
I'm wearing florals.
Yeah.
I'm wearing florals. But but I did not know. Like, I don't know if I'm mad about it or not. Like, I'm having mixed emotions. Like, I feel left behind, but I'm also mad that someone decided that we have something that we all have to wear. Like,
no, I know. And I'm like,
who decided this?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's the academy? Who's putting this out there?
Who's deciding the Farsi?
Who's deciding the
also,
Farsi
why
shalwar?
am I struggling to say it this entire episode? I'm like, Farsi. I'm struggling to get it out of my mouth. But I was like, so I saw it 3 weeks ago on this designer's page, and she's like, basically like, you're in or you're out. Are you wearing them? Are you not? It's the hottest thing this Eid. Everybody's wearing them. I'm seeing everybody talk about it. And I'm like, at least give us 6 weeks warning. Who is able to get these outfits in time?
Yeah, you're going to tell us that there's a uniform
mid-March?
Mid-March, when we already, the chaos to get an outfit for Eid already is such a hassle.
Dude.
And I always procrastinate. This is the first time ever I have an Eid outfit just prepped in hand, ready to go. And that's just because I went to Pakistan.
Why is there's so much pressure around Eid outfits? Like, I'm like, okay, my accessories, my Eid outfit, I'm gonna take a picture with Muzi, I'm gonna do a transition. And I'm like, this is too much. I also have to eat the whole day. Is my makeup gonna get oily? Like, there's so much pressure.
Okay, I don't know because I'm like, should we talk about it after Eid? Because I want to know, like, what is your Eid? Do you get ready and then go to the masjid?
Okay, my whole life, first of all, my family is the family, like we always go to Eid namaz at the masjid growing up. We always, or not the masjid, it would be like at whatever community hall near us.
Right. Whoever's hosting the
So we go, we're a family that goes to Eid namaz, number one. We're not the family that goes at 7 a.m. We're always the like 9:30 to 10 a.m. slot. And we're always like, my dad would be screaming like,
this is a universal
leave you guys. Like, and I'm like, okay. Like eyeliner on, and I get in the car and I'm taking selfies. My brother's really annoyed because he has to sit in the middle and rob you. Like, it's always that.
It's always that. It's always the night before. Your mom is always cleaning as if like the queen is coming over. Like the whole house is getting like torn apart. Even if Eid is not at your house, it's like everybody the night before it's pure chaos. And then the day of, dad is always mad. Brother's always yelling at sister.
We're trying to get iced coffee before getting to the prayer.
Wherever we're
like,
going.
Finally, we can have iced coffee. You get to Eid namaz, and it's like, what was the question? What was the question you asked me?
If you get dressed and then go to the masjid.
Yeah, so every year what I would do is get fully dressed and wake up at like, we all sleep on Chandrat. At that time, Chandrat was popping on divan. So we're sleeping at like 3 a.m. We're up at 7 a.m. showering, getting ready, going to Eid namaz, fully ready. And then like we're ready for the day, Eid nap in between. Beautiful. Now it's like a toss-up. This year, I'm probably getting ready and then going to Eid namaz, but I have done the last couple years where I was just like, I don't have to go through this. Like, I could just comfortably get ready.
Yeah,
and then start my day. And I have a lot of friends who, like, when I would have to go through that chaos, they pray at home and they don't have morning plans on Eid. So they're just getting ready for their evening portion. What is wrong with me today? Portion. So they are like chilling. They get their phone. Everything's like so. I feel like that's so much easier.
That is so
not that I'm mad about
easier.
A busy Eid, but it's just like
I started doing that. I started doing like no makeup, abaya, big sunglasses to the masjid. Yeah, like that was, and I would go do namaz, not super early when I lived with my parents, but now it's like a up in the air situation. Because just like when we don't know what day Eid is, depending on what day it lands on, which we find out the night before, and now the whole next day is getting planned. We're like deciding if we should or shouldn't go on Divan. So it's just chaos. But I like to go no makeup, abaya, do namaz, and then come back and then calmly get ready and then go wherever it is we need to go. Yeah. But I think growing up, most of my life was getting fully glam at like 7 a.m. You're so sleepy. You're so tired because you stayed up the night before for John.
Your makeup doesn't sit as nice when you're that.
Yeah, tired, your makeup is not as nice. You're a
slump.
You're just, everyone's mad. You know, you get to, there's no parking.
No parking. You're walking through the grass with your heels.
Yeah, you decide to wear heels. Now you have to take your heels off before you go pray.
And there's grass and dirt stuck to the heel. So you're putting them in the plastic bag and somebody's yelling about the $25 for the box. And then we're sitting in the hallway because we got there late. And my dad's so mad because he knew that would happen. And we're like, okay.
But at the end of it, always the day before, we're like, we're so excited.
I know, right?
Yeah, and the next day it's always chaos.
And then do you do your, like we usually would do like right after Eid namaz, then we go get our iced coffee. Then we go to my grandma's house. Now that I'm married, we go like in-laws, in Masjid. No, I mean, sorry. Namaz, in-laws, dad's side, mom's side.
Yeah. It's like club, another club,
exactly.
Another club, another club. That's every single time.
Yeah.
Again, it always is a toss in the air for me because my dad's side and my family's all in Dallas also, that it's like, okay, which Eid are we doing in Dallas versus Chicago? And then if we're doing, sometimes I'm like, well, if we're going to have it on different days, we could just do one day there and then fly in the next day. And then we're technically still doing Eid.
Crazy. You're like,
but then that's never happened. I always toss that idea out and we never really actually end up doing that. That's the only time where I'm very okay with it being on different days. And I'm like, yeah, I guess we could do that.
When it works in your favor.
Yeah, when it works in my favor. I like to do because sometimes my in-laws, like the men, they'll go at like the earliest namaz. And I am also a Eid namaz girl. I love going to Eid namaz because I feel like it adds to Eid. Like, what's
it
the
does
point?
Feel like Eid. Like the years that I didn't go, the days were so busy that it was fine. But like being at Eid namaz does, it
adds like so much. And then you run into so many people and it's so exciting. Yes. Oh my God. I love the Eid hellos. Everyone's doing this. And it's just, that's the only day we do it.
Yeah.
We don't do it any other day, but that day we're doing the 3 kisses and you're running into like your Quran teacher from when you were 5 and it's so fun.
Are you excited about your Eid fit this year?
I am excited about my Eid fit because when I went to Pakistan this time, I had unfortunately no weddings because again, nobody's out here at Sahur Fest doing anything for us. So there's no weddings coming up for me. So I didn't know what to shop for. So I really shopped. I was like, okay, Eid, I can shop.
Yeah.
So I'm prepared for this Eid. I'm prepared for next Eid.
Period.
I'm ready to go. I'm prepared for John Raat.
Period. Dude, Eid outfits. I feel like I have the most fun shopping for Eid outfits as I've become an adult. Like as a kid, it was always like, man, like whatever my mom picked. Yeah. I'm like, usually I like my younger sister's outfit better than mine. And I'm like, why did she get me this one and her that one? She always gets the
that's
one.
You all the time.
I know, that's literally
that's
just
you for every outfit that Rabia gets.
And usually I'm picking before her.
Yeah,
they're like, pick which one you like. I'm like, I'll take this one. And then Rabia wears the other one. And I'm like,
no, and for Rabia will always be like, Mom, just give me whatever you like. Just give me anything. And Sana will be like, give me this one from this store I've already called. She's already going to have it ready. And that every single time the outfit comes, and every time it's oh, Rabia, what did you get? Oh,
yeah.
Rabia,
okay, if you're an older sister, I hope it's not just me. Yeah. Like if you have sisters, you're like, wait, her color is cuter.
Yeah.
Okay, but then it's like such a win because you get to wear both.
Yeah.
At some point. But I feel like Eid outfits are so much fun to shop for. And I love, love, love shopping for Eid outfits because, dude, your wedding outfit shopping is so stressful. It's such a permanent decision. Eid is so fun. You can get like kind of sparkly fancy with it. You could go so simple and cutesy plain.
Yeah.
You could like really pick whatever vibe you want to go for. You could go dark. You could go light. You could lean on the dupatta. You could be like, I don't know. And I love like trying different silhouettes for Eid. I feel like, I just feel like it's the most, I guess like fun in the way that you can have like fun with a designer outfit without having to like drop so much money and committing to something so big. Which Amna and I have a pretty, like we have a hot take on that. I guess it's a hot take. I don't know if you guys are doing this or not, but like, obviously we all spend so much money on our
disgusting amount of money on Desi clothes.
Do you ever think about how many designer things we could have if we didn't have to also have a Desi closet?
If I spent as much money that I would spend on one Desi outfit on an American outfit, I would be going to the Met. Like,
or like the amount of shoes and purses we could have that are nice and designer if we didn't spend that dollar amount on the formal wear.
And forget the dollar. I mean, don't forget the dollar amount because it's a lot. But there is never, and I truly don't, please, if you have tips, tricks, there is never storage. Because we as Desi girls have our regular closet where we have our workout clothes, our sweatpants, our
and even that's
clothes.
varied.
Yeah, like you have your work clothes, your birthday outfit clothes, whatever. You have your
spring clothes, your winter clothes, your summer clothes, your vacation outfits, your beachwear.
Yeah, you take that entire categorization and now you have to translate it to Desi outfits.
Yep.
So now you have like what you would wear to like a random davat, and then you have your like random shawls, and then you have more actually because you have like the shoes and the jewelry and then the heavy outfits, which take up like half of the closet.
You don't want too many beige heavy outfits. You want like variety in the heavy outfits. So you have every color, or like every wedding you go to, like there's a theme. I just feel like we have so many Desi clothes. And to the girls who have gotten married, the bridal outfits, the weight and storage for the bridal outfits is impossible without a house.
And even with the house, like my dream home, when I have it, I need a walk-in closet that truly is two-story. Like I need two walk-in closets because I need one for my actual wardrobe that I wear day-to-day American stuff. And then I need a whole other wardrobe that's just as big, if not bigger, for my Desi dukan that I need to set up.
Dude, I literally just saw a house like a week ago. I sent it to Muzi. I don't know if I sent it to you or not.
I think you did.
Okay, you guys, this house is gorgeous, right? It's like this beautiful house on the outside. On the inside, God, it's a dream. There's a gorgeous like walk-in stunning closet, and then it has a spiral staircase that goes down, and there's a second level of a gorgeous massive closet. And I was like, Muzi, my wedding outfit would go on the mannequin on here.
Yes.
And then here. And then like, can you imagine?
Because I've always loved decorating my closet, like having a little
I learned that from you.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, because you always did it so cute, and mine was like piles of clothes on top of
I love a little like closet cute moment, a little lighting ambiance. Sana knows my favorite place to like is my closet. My parents would get mad at me all the time. They're like, you're just sitting in your closet.
She also had like a dream closet growing up. Dream room always growing up.
I always had like the pink, we were just talking, I had like that shoe chair, like the giant heel, cool. And it was a shoe chair, and I had like very girly Barbie-esque. I always had a fun time with my bedrooms, but right now I'm struggling just to put this outfit on. Sana saw our guest bedroom. It's like there's suitcases and it's just clothes everywhere.
Same.
Just clothes everywhere. And I don't know if you do this because I feel like with American clothes, I always do like a cleanse. Like I don't need this, doesn't fit anymore. My Desi outfit, I have outfits that I've had since I was like 17.
The only Desi outfits that I've gotten rid of are the ones that my mom forcibly took from our closet and was like, I'm giving these away to Pakistan. And I'm like, no, why? And she's like, because people need them and you don't wear them. And I'm like, but I will wear them one day. One day.
I don't know what the connection to Desi clothes is. Only now because of our younger cousin Hafsa, who like fits into them. It's like a glove. And I'm like, okay, at least I can like, okay, she can.
And that's like a half commitment because Hafsa can have it, but I can still go back and wear it.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know I can see them. I can go get them if I need to. But I never get rid of my Desi outfit.
Yeah, so if you do have tips and tricks on how to store Desi clothes, I am struggling.
I've tried the bags where you put it in and then you not freeze it, but like you suck out all the air.
Yeah.
I've tried that. I've tried putting it in the tubs, but then every time you have to find one, you have to like dig it all out. I've tried hanging them, but now they're taking up too much space. Right now I have them half folded, half laying out on my bed. Like it's just, there's no solution except for me having
more space,
a giant
apartment-sized
closet that I desperately need.
I think it's reasonable.
I think for Desi girls, it's actually reasonable.
It is reasonable.
I'm not asking for too much as a Desi girl.
But also, so Amna and I, where am I trying to go? My Eid outfit I got gifted, and this brand that I got it gifted from, they released a new collection recently. And so like I got the gifted one and I'm going to wear that on Eid, but then they dropped a new collection. So Amna and I were like drooling over this new collection.
Such a good outfit.
So we were like, oh, these are so cute. These are so cute. So then we were like, okay, like I did this a couple months ago. Me and my sister-in-law, Shmaila, we like saw an outfit. We really liked it. We were like, this is, you know, because the formal wear starts around 300, goes up to like an arm and a leg and a kidney. So we were like, we both really like this outfit. Also because of social media, I'm wearing it 1 or 2 times. And then I want to post the Desi outfit because it's fun to get ready for Desi stuff. And so, okay, you're wearing the Desi outfit 1 or 2 times and then you kind of need to gap it out before you can wear it again anyway. So anyways, my sister-in-law and I were like, we both like this outfit. We can both wear a similar size. So let's just split the outfit. So she can wear it to the wedding that she's going to, and then she can send it to me, and I can wear it to the wedding that I need it for later in the year. And then because then if we both wore it this year, then we're kind of putting it on pause for a little bit until she needs it again. So you only get maximum 1 to 2 wears out of your formal wear that's Desi a year. Maximum. So Amna and I, this outfit was so stunning. Oh my God, it's so freaking cute. And in person, it's so intricate and beautiful. And obviously we'll share this stuff with you guys after we wear it. But like we decided to split the outfit. Yeah. So it was like $400 or something. And so each of us paid $200. And first of all, it was so much more exciting to open it and be like,
together and be like, what did
this is our outfit? This is our outfit. And now I can wear it to the wedding I have coming up. Amna can wear it to whatever she has coming up.
The funny thing is I have nothing coming up. I just wanted the outfit so bad that I was like, I'm getting this with you because especially if you have sisters, which if you have sisters, you automatically do it. But like do this with your girlfriends. Like with your girlfriends, just pitch in. All of you guys get the outfits, like sisterhood of the traveling pants. You know, and with these outfits, you always can safety pin a little, like 1 section, 2 section.
And they're usually like
need to.
Yeah, the sizes are so generalized.
Yeah,
you know?
like it's like pretty standard. They're not like so fitted that it matters if it's a little loose or not. So it's perfect. Like it's a genius idea. So and smart. We already share each other's closets anyways. Literally. We were actually telling one of our aunts that, and we were just discussing like as a family, like us girls, that we were like, we should have like not a storage locker, but like we need to find one person to like designate and truly just make a store. Like we need to hang all like compile all our outfits and put it in one giant closet or bedroom, and then we can all go in there and like pick out what outfit we want to wear.
One of our friends' moms did that. Sadiram's mom did that in their garage because there's 5 sisters in that house. So can you imagine the amount of clothes they need to be like, and then the amount of formal wear if they're all going to an event, like how many clothes they have to have. So their mom turned their garage. She put like railings across, and they have all their Desi clothes hung up in there.
That's amazing.
So
and how
smart.
Fun to like shop through and like pick it out.
Literally.
Yeah. You guys used to have a room like that too.
Well, we took my brother's closet.
We were like in the basement.
We were like, you don't need closets. So we literally turned both of his closets into our. I can't believe we did that actually.
Yeah.
The entire time that Usman lived in that room, we literally turned his closets.
And his even then there was not enough space.
And that's because my mom's were in her 3rd closet in her room.
That's crazy.
So like, yeah, even then it wasn't
justice for Desi girls and we in their closet space. That's insane. We need so much closet space. What else? What else do we have going on? We can get
right. And also, Colton, how much time do we have?
Okay.
Period. Beautiful. Okay. We can go into, I have one thing that I want to talk about. Okay. What do you call, and then, we have the one thing that I need to talk about. Then we have a this or that Ramzan edition. And then we'll do our can I be a bitch for a second. What do you call the little, like the concoction of like cucumbers, tomatoes, onions that like our moms make on the side for when there's like flour biryani?
I just say salad. Salad.
Salad.
I just say salad.
I saw this video. So, we saw like salad. We call it salad or kachumber.
Kachumber?
Yeah. And Muzi's house and at my grandma's house, we call it kachumber. But like kachumber doesn't mean, like obviously kachumber translates to cucumber. Hello. But like, you didn't get that?
No.
You're not even Desi. But like it translates to cucumber. But we don't call actual cucumbers cucumber. We call the salad kachumber. But also we call it salad. And I was watching this girl talk about how she's like, I grew up thinking this is salad. So now my whole, like, she literally was like, every time I'm like, Mom, I'm going to eat a salad. She's like, here's the salad. It's cucumbers, tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. And like a little chopped onion and some like chutney on it.
And some cilantro. And that's your salad.
Is like that the Urdu word cucumber? Or is that just how Desis say cucumber?
It's just like made up.
Like
Chumber.
like double roti, like
double roti. Right.
Yeah.
So
like
chumber.
that. That's so interesting. You know what? I was actually asking my dad in Pakistan, because you know how like when you're about to go somewhere and they're like, I like your support. I'm like, say
it louder.
I like your support. I'm like, are you saying, like, is that the Desi word? Or are you saying Allah ke support? Like, you know,
I actually don't know.
Is that like, is it?
Why did I think it was support?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is the word support, like Allah ke support, is that a Desi word?
Yeah,
like
or some
Urdu
auntie
word?
just like made it up.
Or is that like us saying
a
like
committee
yeah,
that we'll
like,
never know.
It's like you're trying to say Allah ke support, but with the accent, it just became like support. Like when I said it to my dad, I asked him in Pakistan, like randomly, it just hit me in the car because he said it, and I was like, we always say that. So I asked him, and he was like, no, it means like with the support of Allah. And I'm like, yes, I know, but I'm asking, is the word? I know what it means. I'm asking what the word is, because double roti, I would say it like DUBER, like double roti, and I thought that
really?
I thought that was the Urdu word for it, and then I found out that it's double roti.
This is in a different vein, but did you know that gosh is actually gosht with a T? Like it's actually gosht.
Yes, we did have this conversation with our nani, because she was like, duh, it's gosht.
I learned that gosht.
And we were like, but she would say it, and I'm like, no, say it again. And she's like, gosh. And I'm like, say it again. She's like, gosh. And I'm like, so it's GOSH.
The T is
She's like,
silent.
nay, goshit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but you just said gosh.
Dude, I learned this when I was like an adult, and I was like, what are you guys saying? Also, it's crazy how many words are like that in Urdu, where I'm like, so the Urdu language, because Urdu is like a made up language, technically, right? Like it's Hindi mixed with like it's just like a
But that was my question. Yeah. Like, are we mixing English into this? Like, what is the appropriate word for?
We have to do a segment of all the words that are like Urdu words that are not real Urdu words. They're just like English words turned into Urdu.
Yeah. Like burgundy.
Chumber. Yeah.
Burgundy. Which I always say burgundy.
And then we were talking to Ami the other day, our Nani the other day, and she said April. And I was like, yeah, April.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this or that.
Okay.
Eid namaz. We already talked about this one, but Eid namaz at home or out?
Masjid.
Mine too. Samosa or egg rolls?
Samosas always.
Same.
Specifically beef, crunchy, small.
With ketchup, always. Okay. Tarawih, Raat at home or Masjid? These are boring so far.
Tarawih? Wait, what was the question?
Do you like to do it at home or at the Masjid?
Tarawih? Ooh.
Have you gone? Neither. I'm just kidding.
No, too bad. Home.
Okay, Masjid. Chai or coffee after iftar?
Chai, always.
Chai, always. Agreed. Saffron chai, Yemeni chai, Adini chai,
There's so many options.
Karak chai. I'll take any chai.
Any chai.
Kashmiri
I need
chai.
chai.
Just a chai. This is chai.
Always.
Ruvza, milk or water?
Milk, always.
Dude.
Always milk.
Always milk?
I've never liked water and ruvza.
Okay, I like them both. I feel like milk feels more like Ramzan, but I love a water ruvza with a little squeeze of lemon.
Oh,
yeah, I feel like it's so like refreshing.
I still like it with milk.
Okay, kajur or no kajur to open your iftar?
I don't like kajur. I know it makes me feel really disconnected because I know it's like
you're not even a real Muslim.
I'm not.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I don't like it, but
okay, sari, no sari, 3, 2, 1.
Never sari.
No sari. Okay, you did not match me on that. That's fine. Ramzan or Ramadan?
Ramadan.
Okay, Ramzan for me. Okay, can I be a bitch for a second?
Mine is, and it's like a 2-in-1 situation.
Yeah.
I can't stand when any uncle or anyone actually, but it's always uncles, of course, are like, women shouldn't go to the masjid to pray for any reason, especially Eid namaz. Because how are you going to tell me where I can or cannot pray?
Right.
And then follow up to that, when they get mad about children being there, and I'm like, why don't you take the kids to the masjid then?
That always really bugs me. Like, I have been at Eid namaz where they're giving we read namaz, they're doing the dua, and they're doing the khutbah and everything, and they're like yelling at the women's side because the kids are being loud. I'm like, do you know how many kids are here? Why are all the women taking care of the kids? Why don't some of you take care of your kids?
Yeah.
Some of the men take care of your kids, because then the noise would be distributed. Secondly, you keep talking like you only have it set up that you're talking to the men. Maybe if you made it so that the women could hear, we would listen. Sometimes, dude, at that point, it's like we can't even hear them. They don't even care if
because they never set up the women's section to be nice.
Never.
It's always like the random like back room alley of the masjid.
And
they're like, go ahead. We're dressed up and we're bringing your children, the future. We're bringing them because you want them to come so badly, but you don't want to take them to your section because you can't control your kids. It's like when you see kids crying on an airplane and the dad's just sitting there, you're like, excuse me?
Because the men are like, oh, well, we have to pray. I'm like, oh,
and we don't? Like, we want to sit there. I want to listen to the khutbah. Who are you to stop me from listening to the khutbah? Second of all, like, again, why not take the kids to your side? And also, this really bothers me because the men always act like their side is this like pristine, amazing side. But every time we pray, because we always pray behind them, every time I'm going down for sajda, I get from my peripheral, there's a glimpse of an uncle's ass crack every single time.
There's always
I'm like, why do you guys feel the need to keep your pants yay high down to your knees?
Right.
Lift those bad boys
Can
up.
you imagine if that was women?
Dude,
we wouldn't be allowed at Eid.
There's like the uncles are burping. They're like making noises. They're like so nasty. They're eating all. God forbid there's an iftar at the masjid that day. They've taken all the food. They're eating all the food. And they're looking at the women to come clean it up with the kids. And now the kids are crying.
I'm like heated right now.
I know. I'm getting like, I've been fighting this mic all day, but it makes me so mad. And then when they try to say that like there's a religious reason why women can't be at the masjid, I'm like, get out of my face right now. Get out of my face. There's nowhere where that's a thing. Or like, I know I'm going a little off topic, but they'll say things like, oh, women shouldn't go to the graveyard. And one time someone told me, and I understood like why back then, like it was not a safe space, whatever, but now it's fine. But so one time, I don't remember who it was. Someone said something about like the dead can see, like the dead can, when they look at you, they're looking at you naked. And I'm like, and you think that they want to see you walking around? That's disgusting. Don't do that to my mother.
I feel like it's the same committee that's making up random rules. Like they just make up random
and they don't even agree amongst themselves because there's one uncle that's saying that women shouldn't go. And then there's one uncle that's like, go, but take the kids. Like, why don't you guys figure that out? And then let us know.
Come talk to us when you have one collective answer. And even then, don't talk to me.
One collective answer for that and when Eid is.
And still don't
come to me.
Yeah, that one's
and
fine.
then we'll discuss.
Because even Raat, dude, I feel so bad because like the masjid gets so packed on the women's side. It's hot. It's like a lot of the older aunties have problems sitting. Like there's already
never enough chairs. That's so unreasonable.
It's already so congested over there. And then on top of that, all of the women, bless these women, dude, like they're coming to the masjid and have their toddlers, their infants, their kids running around. And the imams always, like not always, but like so many times, like the uncles or the imams are like yelling at the kids. And I'm like, what do you want them to do? And then they're always in the women's side. And so obviously it gets loud when kids are running around upstairs, which is no fault of the moms. And it's nice that the moms and the parents bring their kids to the masjid. Even if they're running around and playing, at least they're at the masjid. Like let them grow up in that environment. That's so great.
But the solution should never be that they shouldn't just come. The solution should be that the masjid and the men should create an environment that's a comfortable environment where we can listen to khutbah. There's a space for the kids. Like we need that. But that's mine.
Okay, mine is quick and simple. Stop taking your kids' Eid money. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like parents need to stop taking. I'm here for the kids today. Stop taking the kids' Eid money, you guys. Literally, oh my God, it would literally boil my blood. First of all, so many of these kids, as they're getting older, are like trying to fast and do half-day fast and full-day fast, and that is so hard. Like I feel like other holidays for other religions, it's like you just get a holiday because you get a holiday. Eid is like you're going through it for the month. You're at Tarawih, you're helping your mom and dad all month. You're trying to pray 5 times a day. You're fasting. You're going to school. You're doing all this. And then the one great part is on Eid, you get to eat and you get all this money from everybody. My parents, I don't know if your parents did this. My parents were the parents that were like, okay, so basically we dished out $300 and then they would gather ours and be like, well, now we replenished what we dished out. And I'm like, dang, are you serious? And they're like, what don't we give you, beta? What do you need this for? I'm like, underwear.
Yeah, anything.
Let me get what I want. I earned it. Yeah. I sometimes would try to eye my chachas to be like, give it to me later. Don't give it.
Secretly give it to me, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd be like, why are you taking my Eid money?
My mom was slick where she'd be like, oh, I'm gonna like buy you. Don't worry, this is for you. Like I'm saving this for you. Don't know where that is.
Oh my God, my mom sometimes, and I would fight it. I was oldest sister, oldest granddaughter. I was like, I'm gonna fight the good fight. You guys can't do this. It's wrong. Like,
and all the little kids are like lined up behind you.
Yeah, I'm like, I deserve this money. And my dad's like, do you have a house? Do you have
bills
food?
to pay?
I need, like, I just never won. I never won.
Yeah, no, justice for the kids to make sure. I think the new generation is doing okay with that, but justice for the kids. Yeah, let them keep their Eid. That's so mean. Or like save it, put it in a savings or something.
No, dude, just give it to them and let them buy their things. Like, what do you mean? Like, what? If you're not going to get gifts on Eid, then you're going to get money on Eid so that you can buy gifts. Otherwise, they're going to crash out.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
Okay.
All right.
That was this episode. Next episode's going to be Eid. Okay. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. We're going to do an Eid giveaway thing. We just have to figure it out. Look for that. And then we're literally going to be in our Eid outfits next week because we're really committed to the themes.
We are on theme.
And then catch us in spring clothes.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening.
Bye.